Ooh, welcome back guys, Mr. Rawlings here. So quickly on News Rant, we're just going to do a game trailer, we're going to do a little bit of a review about the 4-part crossover for Arrowverse, and we're going to do a movie trailer. There's no shit gadget of the week, I'm still waiting for people to submit ones to me. Can't find that many worth talking about, but as ever, when I do, you'll be the first to know. No. So guys, just a few things to talk about really. I thought first we'd look at a game trailer, because I mentioned this particular game in a previous news rant, because it was sort of leaked that it was going to happen, and it is Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale series game. Telltale, it's really difficult to say that, isn't it? Telltale. But anyway, yeah, let's look at that. So guys, this is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series official teaser. Play! Oh, let's go. What's that saying? Rad mix. It's a tape, it's an actual tape. Yeah! I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that all we're going to see? Oh, 5-part. That's going to be cool. Right, so we don't actually see anything really at all, but I thought that was a really cool little intro there, the tape player floating through space. It's got some rad mix going on there. Yeah, I just think Guardians of the Galaxy is really cool. I love the 80s songs in it. And yeah, I think an episodic game could be interesting. Like, I'm not sure how it would work, but all the rest that they've done have worked really, so I'll definitely play that. Yeah, looks good from seeing nothing somehow. It's weird because the video's got loads and loads of likes, you know, probably like 95%, 96% likes, which is, you know, about average, because you'll always get some people clicking dislike. So that means everyone likes it, but if you look at the comments, it's mostly people going, oh, why didn't Guardians of the Galaxy work? Oh, it's going to be so lame. So I'm not really sure. Maybe, I guess people that liked it couldn't bother to write a comment, they just liked it. But I don't see a problem with having an episodic game of Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it'd be quite interesting, I think it'd be quite fun. We've already got Batman, so they weren't going to do something like Daredevil. You know, we've already got a dark, brooding, human character, haven't we? And so if Marvel version of that, like Daredevil type character, there's not really much point. So it's cool that it's a quirky type of, you know, setup, different characters like that. So that's why I think it'll be quite good. And where we just talked about Marvel there, and I mentioned Batman as in DC, takes me on to the DC crossover event, which happened, it's just literally finished yesterday, the 4-part Arrowverse crossover. Now, of course, this saw Supergirl, who's recently joined the CW, so they're now allowing these crossovers, and I thought I'd do a quick little review. It's not really going to have loads of spoilers, but if you haven't watched it and you're going to watch it and you're excited to watch it, maybe don't listen, but if you're sort of watching it, or you already have, or you just don't really mind about spoilers, then just stay tuned. So right off the bat, just to let you know, the first episode, which is Supergirl, has nothing to do with the crossover. Not one tiny bit. It's nothing to do with it. It's a normal Supergirl episode. It's right at the very end that the bit happens where, you know, Barry goes to ask her for help, basically. So that episode is not, in my opinion, part of the crossover, because like I say, they're there for like 2 seconds, so it's irrelevant. However, when you watch the next episode, which was The Flash, you see the Dominators arrive. Now they're the aliens that come down to Earth because they're not too happy about the fact that we're getting superpowered beings, and they think that in the future we're going to be a threat to them, which is a similar, basically the same storyline from the Invasion comics, which I mentioned before. It was pretty cool, pretty fun to see the teams meeting Supergirl for the first time. Some of them were quite happy about it, some of them weren't. You know, like, oh, she's got all these powers, what's that about, kind of thing. But I thought it was quite good. The effects in some places a bit lacking, but it's only a TV show, so they've, you know, got a budget to work with. But all in all, I thought it was pretty cool. And what I really liked about that episode was the sort of team up between the Flash and Arrow, so Barry and Oliver, and of course Barry's got a lot of demons now to air, and Oliver's the perfect person to talk to about that type of stuff. So it's quite cool, the sort of, you know, the friendship, the brotherhood they've kind of got there. You know, you've got to remember the first ever crossover in Arrowverse was, of course, Barry meeting Oliver. So it sort of brought it back home again, and I quite like that. And just briefly, I'll mention what kind of happens. Effectively, the rest of the team, bar Barry and the Flash, or pretty much the rest of them, get like mind controlled by the Dominators, and they're trying to attack those two, and it's quite cool seeing them all face off. But it doesn't last very long, so that's all pretty good. And then so we move on to the Arrow episode. Now again, not loads and loads of spoilers, but basically they're sort of being held, or some of the team are being held, and they're sort of put into this fake reality. Basically they're being sort of mind-washed, brainwashed sort of hallucination thing going on that they're all stuck in. So it's like this imagined reality, and it's kind of like what would have happened if, say, Oliver didn't get on the boat, and none of that sort of stuff happened. And it was pretty cool because you saw some, you know, old faces return, and that was good. But, you know, it was also quite sad in lots of ways because, of course, you know, there's people that aren't there now, that, you know, it was like what their life could have been like, and so it kind of was a bit sad, a bit rough for them in that respect. It kind of made you realise and remember just how tragic their lives have been so far, the people they've lost, what they've got to try and do, what things they've done themselves which are bad, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was an interesting episode. And then we went on to the Guardians of the Galaxy, the final episode. Sort of a few people, not just Barry, were coming to terms with the effects of time travel, and, you know, that they can easily mess things up and the timeline changes. It's not just Flashpoint where Barry's messed up. Lots of people have done things, and, you know, there's things they've got to now live with, basically. And of course there's an epic team up, and they defeat the Dominators, of course. And luckily, Cisco has a special device he just quickly made up in the kitchen or something, which lets Supergirl transfer dimensions to theirs whenever she wants. So that's basically them saying, yes, there'll be more crossovers. And of course we know there will be, because there's apparently going to be the musical, isn't there? The Flash Arrow music, no, sorry, the Flash Supergirl musical episode that's coming, or something like that. And it kind of ends how you'd expect, and that's with Barry and Oliver having a drink, you know, toasting what's happened, but also remembering sort of crappy stuff that's happened as well. And it, you know, sort of goes back to the first ever crossover, like I was, you know, mentioning earlier, and it's a pretty cool way of ending it. I think they're both great characters. Oh, and I will just mention, they did really briefly say or refer to themselves as Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which I thought was quite funny because, of course, that's the Avengers in Marvel. So I think that was a bit naughty of them, but I thought it was quite funny. And so yeah, all in all, I would say it was a cool crossover. I enjoyed every episode. Like I say, there were some bits where the effects were pretty... bit harsh to say poor, but they were pretty poor. There were some bits which were cheesy, but of course all of those shows are cheesy in places. But it had the same thing you'd expect from each of them, the same sort of gritty feel sometimes, as well as it being cheesy. You know, serious and sad feel, as well as it being funny. And I think they did a really good job, to be honest. So, you know, I'm glad that I watched Supergirl, and I'm glad that I'm watching all of them still. The longevity on each of the series is... I'm not 100% sure. I could see them carrying on for a while. I could see ones which could easily die away. But I'm glad they're carrying on, and I'll keep watching them, I think. And that's all I have to say about that. And yes, this is going to be the final part, and it's The Mummy! Now this is the new Tom Cruise movie, and there's a teaser trailer for it, and it's called The Mummy, and of course there already was a movie, or multiple movies called The Mummy, but this is the newest version of The Mummy. How many times can I say The Mummy? So yeah, of course Boris Karloff was in the original Mummy back in 1932. And of course the Mummy's been in the Hammer horror series of films, you know, it's been in there a few times. And then of course we saw Imhotep in the latest that we would know about, which was with, of course, Brandon Fraser. Those movies were terrible, but actually quite cool at the same time. I remember watching the trilogy, and we also had that spin-off, didn't we, The Scorpion King with The Rock. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, sorry. Yeah, and that was pretty bad. I mean, good, bad. It was bad as well. But this is the latest reboot, and it's with Tom. I have done a million Mission Impossible movies, Cruise. So I have talked for quite a long time now, haven't I? So I think we should watch the teaser trailer. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Mummy teaser trailer the Mummy trailer tease. that sounds like a hillbilly porno. Play.
I saw her. She is real.
What's going on with the eyes? Why is he in water? Mission Impossible. No, he's running from stuff.
I'm sorry, Dawn. You're gonna have to run again.
Get out of here. You're not gonna make it! You want me to run?
Oh, for God's sake, Tom, why are you always running from something like that? It literally looked like Mission Impossible, but with mummies. I don't know, with teaser trailers, or trailer tease, as they called this one, you don't really get to see much, but obviously that looks like it'll probably be another summer blockbuster or something like that. I'm sure I'll watch it, but it was just, it just looked like Mission Impossible at places, but yeah, looked alright, I guess, from what you could briefly see, so I will be interested to see what the proper trailer looks like, and I expect I'll probably watch the movie, maybe not in cinema, we'll see what the trailer looks like. So guys, that about do it, I think. Click like if you like that, click subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, remember, if you have the power to time. So guys, click like if you like that, click subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next video. Why am I talking so quick? Why am I talking so quick? So guys, if you like that, please click like, click subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next video. So guys, if you like that, please click like, click subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next video. And until then, remember, time travel can be kind of rubbish. Okay, bye. Guys, if you're still here, you're awesome. But as you are still here, why not check out some of my other videos? Oh, and if you haven't already, please click subscribe. Laters, haters.